would you describe the day you signed your first record deal?
Well, the day I signed my first record deal, I was 14 years old, and it was my 8th grade summer. I remember it kind of like it was yesterday. I auditioned for the president, the vice president, and head of A&R for Hollywood Records. And they were all in suits, and I was just this little girl singing my song outside looking in. And I remember talking to the head of A&R after I auditioned, and he said that I had gotten a record deal. So when I had originally signed, it kind of didn't feel real, only because I was so young and I don't think I understood what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really set in 2 months later on my 15th birthday when I was shooting Outside Looking In, the music video.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. You auditioned for the 3rd season of The Voice. What was that experience like for you?
I enjoyed season 3 of The Voice so much because I got to meet so many awesome, incredible, truly talented people throughout that entire experience that I'm still friends with to this day. The audition process was super scary, only because I've never really done anything like that, other than audition for my old record label. So having kind of that anxiety of people judging what you sing like, I hadn't felt that since I was 14, and not knowing, I guess the fear of not knowing if I was going to make it, I think is what gave me so much anxiety. But when Christina turned around, it was honestly one of the coolest experiences of my entire life, because when I was, I think in 3rd grade, I had her Barbie doll, and it was unbelievable. Just the whole experience kind of changed my life.
Okay. And when you were signed with Hollywood Records, were you able to make the music that you really wanted to?
I really love albums that I made with Hollywood Records. I always kind of had a passion for country music, maybe doing something more soulful because my voice kind of naturally goes there.
Mm-hmm.
I think leaving Hollywood at only 19, I don't necessarily know if I knew who I was. I kind of had to experience life, I should say, a bubble. And so not being in, that bubble and just having creative reign and really finding out who I wanted to be musically, professionally, personally, I really kind of wanted to go the country route with this new EP.
Okay.
Okay. What has your musical journey been like so far, and what are some memorable highs and lows?
My musical journey has been amazing. I started when I was 14, and now I have just turned 22, and it's been amazing. I think some of the lows probably have been just kind of realizing that you can't trust everyone. I grew up in the South where you're more likely to just trust everyone, not knowing who they are, just being able to trust people. And in this business, unfortunately, you can't just trust people like that right away. And I think that's something that a hard lesson that I had to learn a couple times with just managers and people just trying to get money and stories and all kinds of stuff. That's definitely been hard for me. Some of the highs, touring with some of my best friends, the Jonas Brothers. I got to tour with Demi Lovato, David Archuleta, who's so sweet, Corbin Bleu, who's still my best friend to this day. Those have definitely been some of the highs, just having those awesome people come into my life and be friends with people that have the same passions that I do.
Awesome. You're now... Oh, wrong question. On your Facebook bio, you list that you're an aspiring producer. If you could pick any artist to work with, who would it be and why?
Okay, this is a cool question. I think if I could pick any artist I'd love to work with, this is tough. probably pick Natasha Bedingfield.
Mm-hmm.
She is the main reason I started wanting to become a singer professionally when I first listened to her first record, and it just inspired me to become a singer professionally, and I would give anything to be able to work with her.
Okay. You're now performing country music and have an EP coming out shortly. What can you tell us about the new project?
Okay, well, I started writing for this EP just kind of for fun. I wasn't looking to do an EP or anything along those lines. I was just writing just for the love of it, which is, I think when you get so busy, you forget how much you love music. And then, so when I didn't have anything going on, I wanted to write for myself. And everything kind of just started sounding country. And I was like, wow, this is kind of what I've been wanting to do for a while. And so I wrote close to 20 songs, and I picked 5 for the EP. And as I started helping co-produce and get all the musicians in, it kind of came to life for me. And it's been an awesome journey. I'm really happy with it, and I also have a duet with Max Schneider on the EP.
And you have a single coming out at the end of this month. Is there any background you can give us on the song and what went into writing it?
Well, not actually sure that the single will be coming out at the end of this month, only because my tour got pushed back to the end of July. And so we want to position everything where the single comes out right before I go on tour. And now I'm not starting until the end of July through August. So I'll have to make that announcement pretty soon, but right after the tour is when the tour is over, that's when I'll be releasing the full EP. So it'll all happen really, really quickly, and I'm just trying to gear up for the tour and everything else.
Okay, well that brings us to our next question. You had mentioned on Twitter that you'll be going on tour this summer. What can we expect from you on tour, and what songs will you be playing, etc.?
Well, I can't actually tell you who I'm going on tour with, only because it's a secret. But I'll definitely be singing some of my old songs. Out for the Union is, I'll always sing that, even when I'm 90. But I'll definitely be singing probably all of my new EP. So it'll be really exciting, and there's going to be some surprises on stage.
Okay, and are you ready to go all the way?
Yes, I am ready to go all the way.
What songs are on your summer playlist?
We Can't Stop a Mountain Stars. It's definitely my guilty pleasure. The melody is always stuck in my head. I'd also say probably Bruno Mars and Natasha Bedingfield for the summer.
What's the most embarrassing song on your iPod? Can you sing it?
The most embarrassing song I have on my iPod is Don't Be Tardy for the Party, which is Zolciak from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
If it were possible, would you rather live under the sea or in outer space?
If it were possible, I would most definitely live under the sea.
Okay. What album or single do you consider your guilty pleasure to listen to?
The single that is my guilty pleasure as of right now is Selena Gomez's new single, Come and Get It.
Okay, and everyone loves to sing in the shower, so what's your go-to song?
My go-to song in the shower is probably If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys.
And this is something we do every interview. To give you the chance if you want to ask us a question.
Okay. If you could be any animal in the whole world, what would you be and why?
That's a good question.
I think I would be a panda. Just, I feel obligated to say that because they're my favorite animal in the world.
Oh.
They're adorable. They're so adorable. I can't
They just
stand
look
it.
so cuddly.
They are.
If I had to say a bird, it would be cool to fly.
Oh, that's a good one. I've only had one dream in my entire life where I was flying.
Those are the best.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well that's all the questions we have for right now.
Oh, okay. Well, this was awesome. Thank you so much, you guys.
Something about the way you move.